Okay, so in the perfect world, every single person listening to this broadcast right now has made it a point to join a Christmas club at the beginning of the year. Yeah, is that you? Yeah, really? Wow, great. All right. No, not you. Okay. Wait a minute. Let's get back to the perfect world. So, in the perfect world, maybe you heard one of my, suggestions months ago about putting 10 or 5 or 20 or whatever amount you could away every single week towards the holidays. Yeah, yeah, that's you, right? Yeah. Uh, not quite. Gee. Well, you know what? Take heart. Let's talk about a few things. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and I truly love helping people keep some more of their own hard earned money. Could that be you? And now we're getting close to crunch time. It is not that weird right now. We're in the Burr months and we're in November, and we're like, what, 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks away from what they call Black Friday? Okay. This is the time that you really want to like get it together in reference to holiday, Christmas, gift giving. Just saying, just saying. Now, I don't know about you, but I am not an 11th hour person. That's why throughout the year, I try to see things that I know would definitely be like the thing for that person that I know and care for. And if I could get that thing, whatever that thing may be, at a discounted price throughout the whole year, no fussing, no rushing. It could be the 4th of July. Who cares? If I know I could find it for that person and I get it at a discount, I will buy it. But here we are now in November, which practically, like at this point, at the time of this recording, we are just about a week and a half away from Turkey Day, Thanksgiving Day. So does that tell you anything? It is really crunch time right now. But wait a minute, I'm not living in perfect world. I'm sorry, Jan. I tried to or attempted to save some money for Christmas time a few months ago, but then you had to put it to something else. Listen, this is real life, and in real life, things like that happen. That's why I want you to take heart. Number one, there are some suggestions talking about like methods to remember, okay? To keep your costs down. Anything that you can get that has free shipping to it, go for it. If you're careful enough and smart enough to choose something directly that you know that person that you intend to give the gift to is going to work out for them. Sometimes even the channels with the three letters, sometimes at this time of the year specifically, at this time of the year specifically, you're going to run into some pretty good prices. Okay, but we don't want to go crazy. We don't want to use too much credit that we don't have. And for those who don't want to touch their credit card, not that there's anything wrong with credit cards. If used properly, it's a great tool. But a lot of people don't know how to use it properly. Now, of course, that's not you. I'm just saying. So everything within a limit. Number one, gift cards are like the easiest way to go. Particularly in my opinion, and it's just my opinion. It's not a rule of law. It's just my opinion. I love to give and I love to get those gift cards. They are a very safe, quick way to make sure that that loved one could live far away. You could send that gift card from that company that begins with letter A, and they can pick and choose whatever they want. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, because a lot of people don't. Hang on a second. When you go to that site that I'm talking about, and you go to the gift cards, now you know how it shows like choices $25, $50, $100. If you look carefully to the right, there's another blank there. Let's say that your budget cannot fit 25, but can fit rather $15. You can actually enter $15 in that spot. I don't know if you know that. I'm just mentioning that option. Just saying, there you go. So if you want to gift like 5 people an gift card instead of four for 25, you could give five people for $20 because you can adapt it to the number of your affordability, but you just need their correct email address. That's an essential part of it. So, right off the bat, there's no shipping, there's no licking stamps, no trips to the post office. Done, 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 and done. And the person has their choice what to get. So, right off the bat, I'm just saying. Now, for those who are looking to buy gifts, okay, that are like free. I know this sounds crazy, free or next to free. Do you know that there are actually websites that have things like that? Now, all you have to do is type it in the search box, gifts for free or next to free or whatever, like something similar. You are going to get a myriad of choices. If not for anything else, it's fun. Or gift ideas for people who are broke. Literally, I think there's an article called that. Literally. So you may want to like type that in just to see, this is where like all these, search engines and websites really, really come in handy. I'm telling you. So don't forget to type in. If not for anything, you could read about certain ideas that can inspire you to get creative. There's still time enough to be creative if you put your head to it and get started now. Like, don't procrastinate. Keep procrastinating. Not going to have that much time left to get creative, in my honest. I'm just suggesting. So don't forget the power of searching on a search engine for low cost gifting ideas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now let's go back to those three letter shopping networks on TV. There are a couple of really, really good ones. They're very famous. You could even just get inspired for ideas, okay? For ideas alone that it's possible you could recreate yourself, okay? And of course, those websites that mention, tips and tricks. One famous one that comes up, and it comes up all the time, is to create your own like promise of it, like your own style of a gift certificate. You may be promising that person a date out for lunch, let's say during the holiday season or after the holiday season. Like, when you get the January blahs, I'll tell you, this is one thing that's like, and I don't know how you feel about this, but like we're all on this tremendous positive mode. Let's say from definitely for me from September all the way through to Christmas time and New Year's, which is like at New Year's is like the pinnacle of it all. Then we have New Year's Eve, la da da. Then all of a sudden, ta da, January. And I don't know about where you live, but January means brr, brr, very, very cold. And there were some New Year's Eves here in New York that were like really cold. Okay. So, and with that sometimes brings, like cabin fever blues, the January blahs, the winter, the post holiday letdown feel. I'm not kidding. A lot of people feel like, oh, wow, okay, the holiday's over. And there is that little bit of transition. So let's say you make a coupon for someone to meet them and the weather's not too cold that day, okay? And you meet them, something to look forward to. Creating a gift of an experience or an event of which there is something to look forward to. Perhaps you could look forward to treating your friend to a movie. Perhaps you could look forward to treating your friend to breakfast. You see where I'm going with this? So those little promissory type notes that you make, you get really, really creative and put them in a pretty card. Why not? Okay. But of course, got to live up to your word. And I mention this almost every year. Another great coupon to make is, if you're, friends with someone and they, just had a child and the parents never get out at all, and you could offer them, an experienced childcare provider, a parent or a grandparent, watching kids. You've done this already, so you know what you're doing, type thing. And you offer them like a few hours for them to go out and have a break. That is a very, very nice gift. I'm just saying, okay? All right, now let's go to the category of the dollar store. Okay. All right, $1.25. Yes, it did go up that quarter. And yes, it does add up. But there are so many choices, okay? People like let's look ahead a couple of months. What do people love to do in January besides feel a little sad that the holidays are over? They like to do a couple of things. One of them is reorganize. That is the time of the year, maybe when it's like lousy out, snowing, you're not out much, good opportunity to reorganize. So, as far as gift giving goes, giving the gift of organizational type things, baskets, things of that nature, dollar store is a great place to start. Okay. Creating your own different gift baskets, or you could create the same group of gift baskets for a number of people. So it's not like mentally grueling on you, like making a general thing that would work for everyone, for example, like stationery baskets. You can never have enough pens, pencils, notebooks, and even those small day planners. Of course, we have our regular sized day planners, but there's nothing like a pocket day planner, especially if you have like outside appointments, like with doctors and you take out your day planner. Some people still prefer, I'm raising my own hand, but you can't see it, prefer working with a pen and paper at times. So if you have one of those little pocket day planners, they have a lot of those at those dollar type stores. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So don't hesitate. Very, very inexpensive. Everything I mentioned to you is less than $20. Some of the stuff I mentioned to you is less than $10. Don't overlook the gift of furry slippers. You know those fake furry slippers? They just like you just like put your feet in them, and at the end of a long day, your toes are cold, but you want to be comfortable in your little furry slippers, furry, fuzzy slippers. If you could get a great price on them, and they're like of general size for people that you rather know rather well, that you know their foot size and things of that nature, they are a great little gift. And like at first, when you look at them, it's like, oh, okay. But then when you go home and the day is cold or their feet are tired, get back from work. Who doesn't like to slip their feet into something warm and cozy? It's comforting at the end of a long, busy work day. These are thoughtful gifts and they do not break the bank. So one year, someone gifted me with a pair of really beautiful pair of leather gloves. Now these were not inexpensive. These gloves were genuine leather, really gorge. And so I went to put my hand in it, and my friend said to me, "Oh, wait a minute, there's something in there." And then I found $100 bill folded inside of the leather glove. I said, "That is so thoughtful." Now, you could modify that idea to not necessarily a pair of expensive gloves, but a good quality glove that will come in very handy with the cold weather around the corner. And it doesn't have to be $100 bill in there. You could slip some lottery tickets in there, some scratch offs. You know where I'm going with this? So we could get creative. I'd like to know from you in the comment section below. How do you get creative and can you figure out certain gifts for below $25 and below? There you go. And one more thing, how could I ever forget food gifts? Come on, really? Like seriously, who does not love a holiday treat? And if you're great at making holiday cookies or at least the cookie mixes and you could put it together and you could, just make it beautiful and just be so creative or, nice box of candy, like some of those candy companies that have been around since like forever ago. One begins with letter W. It's in a bright yellow box. You could get a nice assortment of candy at a reasonable price, and that could be a family gift. So instead of giving a whole bunch of individual gifts, you could write a card to that family and you could say, hope everyone enjoys this candy. See where I'm going with this? We just have to be creative and a little thoughtful. I'm going to come back in a couple of weeks, like in early December, with more gifting ideas. So we're going to continue on with this theme in a couple of weeks. All right, there you go. Hope that this helps someone tonight, tomorrow, or next week, whenever you're listening to it. But I do have a favor to ask of you. Please don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. Where? To this channel. Thank you so much. Have an amazing, fantastic remainder of this weekend. See you again on Sunday night at midnight for the Instant Coffee with Jan show. Take good care now. Bye bye.